Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silver Stacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 7th day of September, 2021, I'd like to welcome you to join me here to JM Bullion so we can look at the live spot prices. Gold's down 11.41 to 18.1788. Silver down 37 cents to 24.40. Platinum it's down 13.72 to 10.23.26, and palladium is down 15.33 to 24.29.92. Now, if we have a little bit of perspective here, we realize that gold is still above $1,800. Silver is at $24 and about a half, platinum at about $1,000, and palladium is still around $2,500. So really, there's not much movement going on this year in the precious metals market, even though there may be some hyperbole usage going on right now, but it's just kind of the song remains the same, so to speak. Now, moving on here to the United States Mint. Some great stuff over here, folks. Great stuff. Now, I want to talk to you today about the quarters that came out this year. That's the 2021 Tuskegee Airmen and the 2021 Washington crossing the Delaware quarter. These are, I guess, one of the interesting things about this is that this particular coin set is just, I mean, look at these. People are having them graded, and they're coming out MS69, 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 and that's all out of the Tuskegee Airmen set, okay? So no wonder this Tuskegee Airmen set is going for over $100 online right now. Some of the finest examples you can buy are actually from that particular set, and it's quite incredible. And if they're not particularly from that three-coin set, and if they're expensive Tuskegee Airmen coins, they're probably an error or an S-mint Tuskegee Airmen quarter. I'll tell you, that set is really producing some fine examples and making some people some decent money. Now, let's go here to the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter. Now, this is the only one listed in the MS state, and it's an error. It says here it's got a strike through on it, and it's an MS65. And that's pretty much the highest grade if you wanted to have these graded you're going to find right now. Now, initially, when these coins were struck, maybe in February or January, not February, January, that was the Tuskegee Airmen, maybe April or May, there was some fine examples coming out. But I think people aren't grading those. I think they were bought in rolls and hoarded and put away because it seems like the ones that are coming out now have more errors in them. And what's funny is that these coins, these rolls of quarters, were about $20 to begin with when they first dropped. So the price hasn't gone up or down. It's pretty much at that stasis point where it's just remaining the same. And that's a proof version. So really no MS Washington crossing the Delaware quarters have really hit eBay yet. Now check this out. This is really interesting. This is the only place you're going to be able to find these high-grade Washington crossing the Delaware coins, much like the PDS set, is going to be right here. Okay, and that's going to be that drop from September 28, 2021. That's in 3 short weeks. I think that's, let's see, it's the 7th today. We're looking at the 28th, and that's, yep, 3 short weeks from today, folks. And you're going to be able to look at this. Now, here's the high-grade examples I'm talking about. Not only are you going to be able to get the high-grade Washington crossing the Delaware coin quarter, you're also going to be able to get the Tuskegee Airmen one. But check this out. Now, these are so brilliant, these coins. Now, listen, I've had some of these graded before in the past, and I do get these on enrollment so that I get some of the first strikes. And it is my theory that the first strikes are the better coins, because check this out. Some of the ones I've had graded have come back MSPL. I bet you somebody didn't even know that was a grade, because I know I didn't. I was like, wait a minute. I just got an MSPL, right? So what does that mean? It's a mint state proof-like coin. And who knew that was even a thing? And good luck if you can get that. It's really cool. And it takes a few coin sets, probably like 3 or 4 or 5, and you got to look at them under one light in a dark room. So it's really kind of fun, actually, trying to find the best possible examples. I don't break the setup. I just send the whole set in. Some people do cut the coins out and send them separately, picking the best each from the set. You can do that. But it is sure exciting process to do that and have it graded. Now, I want to show you here over to coinnews.net. There's an article by Mike Unser dated August 26, and it's U.S. Mint produces over 1.5 billion coins for circulation in July. But let's go here to the circulating coin production by design, and this is the most important part. Now, we know that the Tuskegee Airmen National Historic Site quarters are no longer being minted. They only minted about 500 million of them, okay? And a lot of them are in poor shape, with cuds and die breaks and strike through errors. So we're not really worried about that with these particular ones, with the ones that the mint has struck, you're not going to get the high grades, you're going to get the errors. So if you're going to be buying these on eBay, you're going to be looking for errors. You're not looking for high grades. Now, the George Washington crossing the Delaware quarter. Now, let's check out the circulating coins. Now, we know they made 400,000 and some of the Tuskegee Airmen. That's 464. Now, if we do the math, 464, and they've made 1,473 millions of the 25-cent total. So we just did the math. We're looking at easily a billion of these George Washington crossing the Delaware quarters have been minted. And like I said, if you want to find these on eBay in a roll, they're about $20, and that's exactly what they've been selling for since they came out. And you're not going to find anything real too high grade in there, except for maybe some of the earlier issues this year. Other than that, you're going to be finding errors, and so there's quite a few errors. If you think they're not there, let me go ahead and do this. Washington crossing the Delaware. I'll get rid of that. Enter error in here, and yeah, there we go. So there's 97 of them, and they are all over, folks. Lots of errors on there, and that's what you can find in this particular year for this George Washington crossing the Delaware directly from the mint. Now, if you want to get those high grade examples, this is where you're going to want to be. Now, check this out. This is PCGS. This is a price guide. Now, I'm going to go down here to the quarter dollars. Bam, there we go. Washington, America, the beautiful quarters. So we'll go ahead and go here. And it's got the Tuskegee Airmen here for Philadelphia and the Tuskegee Airmen for San Francisco. And I've got showing all. Looks like the Denver is missing. But check this out. The San Francisco and a 67 grade is a 275. And a P, well, they're not really showing in too high to grades right now, which is interesting. Because we know there's MS69s out there from, I think it's NGC. So look at this. This is even more interesting. Where is the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter? Now, you might say that this is the America the Beautiful quarter series. Well, just so you know, it was the America the Beautiful quarter series law that was actually the one responsible for enabling the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter this year. So it should be in this particular set, even though it doesn't have that moniker of America the Beautiful. But it does wrap up that particular law and should be included in here. Now, one last thing I want to share with you here, and if you haven't seen it, and if it hasn't caught in your eye yet, well, I'm going to point it out to you. Look at this. You should be collecting, in my opinion, W. Marsh Billings Rockefeller quarters. Look at that. Even in a 63, it's a $40 coin. 67, if you have a high grade example, look at that. It's ridiculous. It's an $800 coin. And it's actually showing more promise, that Marsh Billings Rockefeller, than the Weir Farm, even though the Weir Farm is pretty healthy. No doubt about it. So, folks, the end of this year it should be about these quarters. It should be about, the Washington crossing the Delaware quarter. It should be about the American Silver Eagles and keeping an eye on those 2020 quarters. Those 2020 W quarters, that's more specific, especially the Marsh Billings and the Weir Farm. Folks, if you can get a hold of those, hoard them, I would think. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching today. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker. Oh.